Hello everyone, I am Pankaj Chaudhary and today we are going to learn classes and object in Python. So classes is a set or a category of things having some property or attributes in common and differentiated from other by kind, type or quality. In a technical terms, we can say that a class is a blueprint of individual object with exact behavior. Object is one of the instances of a class which can perform the functionalities which are defined in the class. Now let's see how to declare a class and how to create an object in Python. So you need to use keyword called class and the class name, let's say sample class. Here we need to call the base class object, which is a default class. And for initializing the parameter of this class or the attributes of this class, we need to define a special method called init. Here we need to pass a self, which is a context of the object which is going to call this method, and the parameter which we want to pass to initialize the attribute of this class. So I am taking here attribute, say roll number and name, and to initialize those attributes we need to call it like this: self dot roll number is equals to roll number and self dot name is equals to name. So this is the way we can declare a class in Python. Now we are going to declare one method, one object of this class. So here S is the object of this sample class, and we need to pass here the roll number and name. So let's say Ravi Mehta. To access this attribute outside the class, we can access this by like this. I'm going to print s dot roll number print s dot name. Now let's execute this. You can see there is an output 1 and Ravi Mehta. So we are accessing this attribute outside the class using this object S of class sample, where the roll number and the name is printed. Now let's understand what is the init method and what is the self manager. What is this self? Self represents the instance of the class. By using the self keyword, we can access the attribute and method of the class in Python. Self is just a convention that many programmers are using in Python, so that it's clear that self represents the context, the object who is going to call the method of the class or access the attribute of the class. And the init method is a reserved method in Python classes. It is known as a constructor in object-oriented concept. This method called when an object is created from the class and it allows the class to initialize the attribute of a class. Like in our example, we have passing two parameter roll number and name, which is used to initialize the roll number and name of this class sample. And here we are passing the roll number 1 and name Ravi Mehta to initialize this roll number and name attribute. And we are accessing this attribute outside the class using this dot operator as dot roll number and as dot name, which is the attribute of the class. Now in Python, You can declare runtime dynamic. You can declare runtime dynamic attribute, let's say date of birth. So here you can initialize the date of birth like this, 21 July 1998. So, and we can print this DOB also. So if you see, you can get the output 1 Ravi Mehta 21st July 1998. So you can declare runtime attribute also for the class, but this attribute cannot be used for each of the object which we are going to create for this class. So suppose if I am going to create another object called P of sample class by passing roll number this 2 and name Ankit. So if you want to get the attribute, or I'm going to print as dot roll number, print as, sorry, it's P dot name, and if let's execute this one, so we are getting the output 1 Ravi Mehta 21st July, second object 2 Ankit. Now we don't have this DOB object in this class. Now if I am going to call or try to call this DOB, then we are going to get an error that says attribute error, sample object has no attribute DOB, because when object is created it has only this 2 attribute, but when after creating the object of this class, we are assigning a dynamic attribute for that particular object only. This attribute is not be present in this P object. So these are the dynamic attribute for that particular object only. And these are the common attributes which is common to all the object of this class. Thank you for watching this video.